Like an example, everybody says sex before marriage is a sin, right? Mm-hmm. Show me one verse that says that. There is no verse that says that. You know me, I'll tell you the real. I'm not going to hide. I'll tell you the truth.
It happened for far too long, and not only with me, but with multiple women. He's not just in love with me, as you guys seen in the messages. This is messages that I have seen on other people's phones. And
what if I told you one of the most influential celebrity pastors of our time, a man who has brushed shoulders with Hollywood's elite, is now facing shocking accusations that sound straight out of a Nollywood movie? From claims of witchcraft, mysterious pregnancies disappearing, and secret affairs with women in his congregation, Lovy Elias, formerly Lovy Longomba, is under intense scrutiny. And trust me, this tea is hot. Buckle up because we are about to break it all down.
I attended a church in LA for a very long time. That church is currently being exposed because of some unbiblical and, just some wrong practices.
Lovy Elias, who first made a name for himself in the early 2000s as one half of the Longomba's duo, alongside his late brother Christian, has come a long way since his Kenyan music days. Not only is he the nephew of legendary soukous musician Awilo Longomba, but he also made waves in the US music industry, even working with the likes of Chris Brown and securing a Grammy nomination.
So I produced for people like Justin Bieber, Jason Derulo, Chris Brown, a bunch of these people. I got nominated for a Grammy 3 times.
These days, he's known more as a prophet than a producer. Based in Los Angeles, USA, he leads the Revelation Church of Jesus Christ, a ministry that has amassed thousands of followers, including Hollywood's who's who. Yes, Lovy lives in Calabasas, or as we like to call it, ni kama runda ya US.
If you know Bali na Calabasas, okay, ni hapo kwa kona hapo kidogo. So Calabasas ni place Kanye lives in that area, Akon lives in, Chris Brown lives in that area.
But with success comes scrutiny, and lately Lovy's name has been dragged through the mud. Let's start with his past relationships. Lovy was once married to fellow musician Ida Onyango, a familiar name in Kenya's mid-2000s music scene. Interestingly, Ida's father has even appeared in Hollywood films like God's Not Dead, possibly opening doors for Lovy in the industry. The two share a teenage son, Andrew, but their marriage ended in 2017 when Lovy filed for divorce. The real reason behind their split, still a mystery. Then in 2020, he legally changed his name to Lovy Elias and later married Maggie Kriya Soas, who is now a co-pastor at his church. Seems normal, right? Well, here's where things get messy. A woman named Gigi Rodriguez recently came forward with some wild allegations, claiming she was in a secret relationship with Lovy for 3 years, right up until November 2024. But how did they even meet?
a friend of mine reached out to me and also showed me a TikTok and was like, have you seen this person? And I was like, yeah, I have. I've seen him on TikTok. And so after that, they actually went on this person's YouTube, watched a full service, and was like, you gotta watch him.
I've been watching you for over 6 months now.
Oh, God is good.
Gigi says Lovy used his prophetic gifts to woo her. He even prophesied to her on Instagram Live after just a few conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 2018? There was a special grace that you received from heaven in 2018. And a lot of things started opening up for you. And you really believed that God was going to lift you up.
Yeah.
But then there was a man that was sent to you by the enemy. Why are you laughing?
I mean, it's true.
And get this, when it was time for him to marry Maggie in 2023, he allegedly told Gigi that he didn't love Maggie, but that God had chosen her for him. The text reads, and I quote, "My heart is in love with you. I want you. God put her with me, but I want you."
As he's telling me, like, I'm in love with you, I'm not in love with her, we don't sleep in the same bed. Just all these things that made me feel like, okay, this man is truly going through it. Like, he does not want to be with this woman. He's only with her because of ministry.
And that's not all. Gigi even alleges that she was pregnant for Lovy, but suffered a miscarriage under mysterious circumstances. The very next day after she told him about the pregnancy, it was gone, and Lovy's response, it wasn't time for them to have babies. As if that wasn't shocking enough, another woman has now spoken out. A hairstylist known as Becoming Chanel claims she also had a relationship with Lovy, but later distanced herself from him and his church.
A long time. I built a lot of friendships, built a lot of relationships, walk away from a lot of that when God opened my eyes. Things weren't use and abuse his power to then sleep and engage with multiple women. Multiple. It's not just her. It's not. And then even I had personally experienced situations with him that are very similar to hers. And it took a lot to get out of that. And I was made to look like the bad guy. Like I was a Jezebel that lured him. But baby, I got receipts. I did not engage in anything, initiate anything. He wasn't alone in it. I engaged at some point. I didn't initiate, but I did engage at some point. And because of that, I've had to take accountability. I've had to.
And wait for it, Gigi dropped a bomb, claiming Lovy's current wife, Maggie, was originally Ida's babysitter when Lovy was still married. Allegedly, he had an affair with her while still with his ex-wife. Gigi said, and I quote, "Mag is there for the money. She used to be one of the 2 babysitters that he was Morgan was the other one. Mike knows about this too. How Mag even went dress shopping with his ex-wife Ida, then turned on Ida and began to with Lovy." Gigi also alleges that Lovy is supporting multiple women from his church, covering their rent and mortgages, while his wife, Maggie, is well aware and keeps a list of all his side chicks. Now, if you thought that was scandalous, we're just getting started, because now Lovy is being accused of something even darker. Witchcraft. Both Gigi and Chanel claim there's something off about Lovy's ministry, with Gigi even suggesting that his teachings felt off.
Listen to me, anyone who tells you Adam named animals, he lied to you. Adam never named a single animal.
To somebody, like, it's just what he said that we were already married. And so I wanted him to explain like more about that because I didn't understand it. And then he also had told me that we were already married, but that he was trying to merge our souls together, which I'm also going to post that here. For me, when I took some time to read the Bible, I didn't find anywhere where it talked about merging souls.
And she isn't alone in these claims. Enter EJ Newton, a man who was Lovy's closest friend for nearly a decade. According to EJ, Lovy once took him on a trip to Ghana to meet a spiritual man of God, but in hindsight, EJ believes that's where Lovy got his so-called powers. By the way, EJ is also a pastor.
And I didn't see a need to wash my face to do anything extra. Anyway, I call Lovy and Lovy is like, no, it's not juju. It's fine. Like, that's what they gave him, whatever. And I'm going to be fine. And, you know, he's going to explain it to me later in scriptures or whatever.
EJ claims that Lovy's miracles only started happening after that trip, and he also alleges that Lovy is involved in some very disturbing activities, including making pregnancies from his affairs disappear mysteriously.
Put into a bottle, so it just looked normal, right? It looked normal. They told me one to bury it behind the church and the other one to keep in my green room, and I used that one to speak if I want people to do whatever I say or whatever. So they kept calling me, have you put it at the back of your church? Have you put it in your back of the stage or whatever? I'm like, no, I haven't. I don't have my own church building. I can't do that. I mean,
adding to the fire, controversial prophet Passion Java. Yes, the same Passion Java known for flaunting his wealth.
Universe, my personal prophet. Without this man, I would not exist.
If your money cannot buy a Lamborghini, eat it. Even a blue one, eat it.
Java claimed that Lovy had been with Maggie for 7 years before they got married. But wait, hasn't Lovy been publicly denying his relationship with Gigi? The math is not mathing.
Officially, you are married. That was our first marriage. Was there like crowds? No crowds. There was an hotel room. Officially married. Marriage officer, Passion Java. Done. I don't know how many years now. 6, 7 years later.
It's just the beginning of it. Let's go to the next thing, because I want to go through it. Now, the second person that I'm going to speak about is, I will say X. Is that okay to say X? Yeah. Now, the reality is this. There is definitely history there. 100% history there. But this whole situation, she actually showed that I chose right. There is definitely history there, but definitely showed that I chose right. Now, my issue with this particular person is the other things can pass. That's. But when you claim that I sacrificed children, that you were pregnant, and then there was a sacrifice of a child, now that's a problem for me. Number one, because abortion is murder to me. That's a problem. That's a big time problem for me. You say you have receipts for everything. Now in court, I want to see a receipt for that, because that I'm not going to let fly. It's okay, sometimes things don't work out and people move on, it's fine. But the moment it becomes that now it's going into other things, now that becomes an issue.
As for EJ Newton's accusations, Lovy has come out guns blazing, threatening legal action against him. But Gigi, she isn't backing down. She insists that Lovy is lying and that she has receipts. According to her, she's not just an ex, she's speaking her truth and warning people to leave Lovy's church. Where this is one of the most insane church scandals we've seen in a while, from secret relationships and baby mama drama to occult allegations. This story is straight out of a Nollywood thriller. So what do you think? Is Lovy Elias truly a man of God, or is there something much darker happening behind the scenes? Team Lovy or the math ain't mathing? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And before you go, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. See you in the next one.
Especially in this nation, can nobody cast out demons like me?
That is true.
X